Hello, Max RC here. Today I have prepared a very interesting video with amazing drift cars. Each of these rides has a unique style and a history, and they can show their special features on the road which even some full-scale models do not possess. I'm sure you will definitely like them all. Therefore, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not done it yet, and let's start. GTR. When car lovers and racing fans in particular hear these three letters, the silhouette of the only one car, which is the Nissan, immediately pops up in their mind. However, today I am going to show you another GTR, the car that I personally have seen for the first time in my life. However, that didn't stop me from freaking out and remembering it forever. Now you can see a rare and awesome model which has not only a unique exterior but also a lot of different shticks. Here you have the assembly or disassembly of each detail, the ability to replace the wheels with larger and cooler ones, as well as an awesome control. In general, I just can't get enough of this GTR. By the way, write in the comments if anyone knows what kind of car this is. I will be very grateful to you. And this is the Toyota GT86, and don't confuse this car with the Subaru BRZ. Those who are au fait with the auto industry can understand my reference. What can I say about this toy? Well, it was done amazingly. Every element, wherever you look and whatever you touch, is just done for 10 points out of 10. That's why I give it a huge like. Externally, the car is also cool. According to the technical data, there are also no complaints about it. Basically, if you like this look, I would call this model perfect. Well, will you argue with that? Is anything wrong with it? Please write in the comments. Today we have already talked about Mark II, or rather mentioned this iconic car. Now it's time to show it to you in all its glory. Honestly, I don't think that the story of Mark II will somehow surprise you much, but this car will definitely do it, as it is completely different matter. Especially its bright wheels, as well as these toxic and at the same time insanely pleasant and unusually colored discs. Just look how cool the coloring along with the inscriptions are. Everything matches just fine. I can give the project A+ and a huge like with respect to the authors for the work they have done. Those sleepless nights were definitely worth it, right? Wow, this is the same Nissan that lovers of speed and drift are dreaming of. In fact, some time back I showed you one Nissan GTR and deliberately pretended not to recognize this car. I pretended that it was some other GTR. Like if you have called me out on it and have already written something in the comments. Of course, I know that it was the first GTR in history, Hakusuka as the Japanese call it. And this is one of the modern models. I won't tell you its name, but I don't think you really need it. In my opinion, their work is just perfect, 10 points out of 10, nothing else. And this is some Earl by Dashing Mazda, which is painted in blue and violet color. You know, this is the case when the top-end exterior of the car was obtained solely due to extraordinary painting. People get the right new look and seem to revive it, or rather, rejuvenated it by 10-20 years in the production of cars. Nevertheless, even though the authors of the project did not touch the inside, this car could still dish it out to any modern racing cars today, that's for sure. I could be wrong, but I think this is one of the relatively new Yoda Supra. In any case, judging by the nameplate on the front, this is definitely some Toyota and it looks very stylish. Although I am by no means an avid fan of such garish colors, I like this composition, especially the bright green wheels and the edging around the perimeter. With these elements, the car has begun to play with new colors and literally says to its owner, "Well, bring me into the light, well please, I want to surprise all passers-by not only with my top characteristics, but also with a unique, delightful and beautiful color." As the author of the video says, now we can see the Toyota Corolla, but actually I don't remember such body for this series of cars. When I look at its headlights, this car reminds me of a second generation of the Corolla, the one that was produced from 1971 to 1974. But it's definitely not this model. In any case, according to the tradition, I'm leaving a riddle to you, my dear subscribers and viewers. And while you're writing your comments, we're going to continue looking at the car. Or rather, how cool and easy it is drifting on a flat surface. And even though the car is made in an extremely primitive, non-provocative and boring color, I really like it. Anyway, there is a zest in it. The presentation of the BMW F10 M5 Sport Sedan took place in early June 2011. It happened at the Auto Show in Frankfurt. Since then, people's excitement around this car has not faded for a single moment. Everyone is still doing everything in their power just to touch the legendary and significant car of the entire automotive industry. Even if we are talking about a toy M5, the exterior of this car is worth your attention. It seems to be simple, but at the same time not at all. There are gills in the front wings. Their purpose is to remove hot air from under the hood. The Germans gave the outer mirrors an aerodynamic shape. German engineers explained that if you drive hard for 20 hours, the mirrors simply break out of their mounts as at limited speeds. The airflow going towards them exerts prohibitive pressure on them. This was taken into account in this car as well as many other shticks. In terms of sizes, the BMW is a mid-size car. This toy version is also no different from its counterparts, but still its lightness and preparedness in terms of road shticks put this model slightly above the rest. In general, the same happens with the BMW in real life. Now we're going to talk about the legendary car, which success can be easily compared with the Toyota Mark II. Yes, as you have already understood, this is also a Toyota, though this time it is the Chaser. This car has a great cult for tuning lovers. This was achieved due to the aggressive exterior and good adaptation of engines to improvement. The engines were legendary. The situation here is almost the same as with its blood brother, the Toyota Mark II, which I have already mentioned today. Despite all the nonsense, the passenger compartment is still comfortable and made from the materials of good quality. There are also all the amenities such as electric seat adjustments, climate control and an audio system. You may now think that this is all nonsense, but you should also take into account the time when this car was produced. In my opinion, this mini version of Chaser perfectly conveys that old vibe. Do you agree with me? I haven't got the hand of this purple car with the beautiful print of the Monster and other popular brands. I mean, I haven't fully understood what kind of model it is in front of us. I even tried to get the brand icon as close as I could, but it wasn't enough. However, I don't care much what kind of model it is. The main thing is how it looks and how it holds the road. And there can be no complaints about this toy. Everything is super cool. It's just an amazing work. Wow, this is an old by dashing Mazda. The car perfectly enters a turn and that says it all. You just check this angle out. The way this Mazda holds a turn and how easily it is controlled is just awesome. I wonder how much time these guys have spent on creating such a cool car, and how much it looks like the original one is just amazing. When shooting this car close out, one thought crept into my head. Were they showing us a real Mazda entering a turn? Write in the comments if you were thinking about the same thing. It will be interesting to read. Someone gets high and longs to have a modern, fast car in their collection, like some kind of sedan, cabriolet or something like that. But after all, people don't even think about the fact that the bus can be same cool in terms of drifting. You will get exactly the same top-end racing ride, only it will stand out against the general background and force rivals to be distracted by its awesome look. Especially if it has such a stunning purple color like the one in this video. How do you like this car, Would you like to have it not only as a toy but also as a real vehicle? We have just had a bus, which means it's time to show you something even more cool. Something that I personally associate with my childhood because it was at the time that I played games on PSP and drove such a pickup truck there. I think you have already understood what Dreamboat we're talking about now. And this is a real Dreamboat, since the first thing that catches your eye when you see it is, it's not so easy to single out one exact thing. The fact is that the pickup has a very cool neon backlight and an unusual pattern on the back, and in general the color is very pleasant and stylish. This rare spare tire is not only practical but also looks modern. In general, this is the same pickup truck, which no one would refuse to have. It seems like we now have the Ford Mustang GT in front of us, but at the same time, I don't remember this color. Or rather, not the color, but the style of the body as a whole. In any case, write in the comments what kind of car it is. In the meantime, while you are busy, I suggest checking it out from different angles. The Mustang has a red, rather classic color for this car, wide wheels that stick out from different sides, as well as many high-quality details. I'm talking about headlights, about all sorts of handles, doors and glass. Wherever you look, everything is done super cool, and you can't fault it. I was just thinking about the fact that there were no Lexuses at all in my today's video. These cars are very desirable among a number of motorists. Although we're talking about toy cars, it would still be wrong to bypass the Lexus. Whatever one may say, the car, which was designed primarily for convenience, has managed to become a similar sports option, which outwardly cannot be distinguished from the top racing car. The white radio-controlled car has retained all its main characteristics and is now perfectly controlled. Other than that, it looks great, and thanks to its white color, it's super easy to spot it in the traffic or even when playing under the sun. If Rockstar, the company that produces the GTA game, had one common car, it would have to look something like this. I should have such a bright and interesting print on the side, a unique color and an unusual but at the same time interesting and pleasant shape. I don't even want to say anything special about it. You can see everything yourself. This is a very cool project, do you agree with me? Well, that's all friends, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your like and goodbye for now.